Hi everyone, welcome back to the Voice Tip video series with the Cantor Coach. This week we are going to be talking about the volume of our voices and how that can impact our singing. Let's get started. Okay, so wouldn't it just be easier if we had a volume control on the side of our necks to help us sing a little bit louder or a little bit softer? Unfortunately, that is not the case. So in order to sing a little bit louder, we will need a lot more breath support. So it's always coming back to that breath, making sure that we're practicing that and building up our stamina. When our vocal cords, when we do sing a little bit louder, they contract and they need a little bit more force. So when we're talking about force with singing, we're talking about our breath. And I also want to be careful when I say the word force, I'm not talking about forcing the sound and singing with all you have and creating any injuries to our vocal cords. But when we are singing, we want to make sure that we have a nice, deep, connected breath to make sure our vocal cords are vibrating the most efficiently that we possibly can. So, as we are talking about volume, I like to think of volume on a spectrum. So we have singing a little bit too loudly on one end of the spectrum, and we have singing a little bit too softly on the other end of the spectrum. There are a couple things that happen when we sing a little bit too loudly. If we're singing too loudly, we can not only maybe hurt ourselves, hurt our voices. If we do that continuously, it can cause hoarseness, it can cause a raspy sound because of overuse. The other thing that can happen when we sing with a little bit too much volume is our tone quality will change, and it could actually change to sound a little bit more sharp in the tone quality and the pitch. And so we really want to make sure we're not giving too much force when we're singing with our volume. But on the other end of that spectrum is singing too softly. And if we are singing too softly, we might hear a little bit of a breathy sound to our voice, so something like this. What's happening there is our vocal cords are not closing all the way together, and so the air is escaping through there, creating that breathiness and that breathy sound. So what happens is we want to make sure that our breath is really engaged, really energized, and we can give a little bit more force to the vocal cords to make them come together. The other thing that we run into with singing a little bit too softly is our tone and our pitch might fall a little bit flat or a little bit underpitched because of the lack of support. So all of this comes back to our breath support and what we can do with that. One exercise I recommend practicing to get used to that spectrum of too loud, too soft, and also seeing where you fall in that line is singing on a note, any vowel, any pitch that feels comfortable for you. I recommend one in the talking range where we sing the note and grow a little bit louder, so we crescendo the note, and then we get a little bit softer or decrescendo. So something like this. And you can go as loud or as soft as you'd like. You can practice that a little bit, get used to what it feels like to sing with a little bit more breath support and back off the sound just a little bit more. The trick is our breath support still needs to be energized when we are singing softly. I run into this all the time where I will sing and sometimes I'll get off of my breath when I sing a little bit softer. So something to be mindful of and something I will definitely talk about in another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. God bless you.